Melt.
2K17.
All the pretty girls stand up. All the pretty boys stand up. Pretty boys in the building.
This right here is my swag. All the girls are on me. Damn, everybody pay attention. This right here is my pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Girls on my when I pretty boy swag. Girl, scream my name when I pretty boy swag. Watch me pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Girls on my dick when I pretty boy swag. Girl, scream my name when I pretty boy swag. Get out the way. Pretty boy coming through. Me and my crew, we swaggin' in the room. Girls on me heavy cause I look so sexy. Yellow diamond shouty in the club, straight flexin'. I'm looking for a yellow bone, long hair star. Thick in the hips, come get me in my car. So you party with a star. We take off and go to Mars. Pretty boy take off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This right here is my swag. All the girls are on me. Damn, everybody pay attention. This right here is my pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swaggin' in the club, I feel sexy.
No homo.
No homo, shorty, but my chest is straight flexin'. Tatted on my neck. Shorty say she choose me. She got nice titties and a fat ass booty. Took her to my condo, let the girl strip. Then she got naked, then she pretty girl dip. Damn, I like the way La Mama shake that ass. She pretty girl dancing while I'm pretty boy swag. Goddamn, pretty boy swag, pretty boy swag, pretty boy swag. Girls on my dick when I pretty boy swag. Girl, scream my name when I pretty boy swag. Pretty boy.
I'm pretty boy swaggin' in the club, I feel sexy. No homo, shorty, but my chest is straight flexin'. Tatted on my neck, shorty said she choose me. She got nice titties and a fat ass booty. Took her to my condo, let the girl strip. Then she got naked, then she pretty girl dip. Damn, I like the way La Mama shake that ass. She pretty girl dancing while I'm pretty boy swag. Goddamn, right here is my swag. All the girls are on me. Damn, everybody pay attention. This right here is my pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Girls on my dick when I pretty boy swag. Girl, scream my name when I pretty boy swag. Watch me pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Pretty boy swag. Girls on my dick when I pretty boy swag. Girl, scream my name when I pretty boy swag.
What was fantastic about that? It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
We out here. That was Pretty Boy Swag by Godchild. One and only K plus member. We know this. Good for nothing. SNS T out here on these streets. 2016. Bye. How we feeling?
2K17.
How we feeling?
Exactly. How we feeling? That's the question.
That's the motto of 2017. How we feeling?
Right now, I'm feeling pretty.
How you feeling about the new
Yeah.
intro?
That's fucking
Killer.
tight, man.
No farts, bro. We out this. We've grown it. We've grown past it.
Yeah, well, man.
We've gone past the fart
you
jokes.
know what farts are? Farts are fucking
That's what I'm
Exactly.
saying. That's what
Whack.
I'm saying. You know what's
Whack.
funny about that sample is that's Jamal Smith, professional skater. I thought he was a guy that was actually out front of a girl's house just yelling.
He's yelling.
Yeah.
Hair,
Just-
whack. His gear, whack. His jewelry, whack. His foot stance, whack. The way that he talks, whack. The way that he doesn't even like to smile, whack. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
That is confidence at its finest. That's the confidence I need when I'm talking to my girl, bro. That is the confidence I need, bro. To be able to stand out in the middle of the street and just roast him. What if he was
That's
in the
some
room?
Shakespeare shit right there,
I'm
man.
telling you. Moral of the story is don't be whack. Though
Be
his
tight as
foot
fuck.
stance, the way that he doesn't even like to smile is whack.
Whack.
Bro, 2016 was whack.
Whack.
But I'm not on that bandwagon that like it was just all, oh, it was terrible. There were good moments.
Yeah, it's
and
whatever
bad
you want to
moments.
focus on, man. It's
Exactly.
whatever you
like
want to
every
focus
year.
on.
Time
Like
is
every
just a
year.
made-up concept.
You know what I'm saying? You know what's gonna be dope though? New music. We got shit going on right now. We got shows. That's how I feel right now. We got shows coming up. We got T playing a show, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Chainsaw, look out for that. He's gonna be there. We got shows that people from
What day is
our-
it on? What day is it on? Tell them what day it is. Tell them
Yeah,
what day.
it's March 10th at I think a place called Kubrick or something like that. I'm
Done
not
deal.
sure.
We'll
I'm-
announce the names with it, with everything else.
We're all
Yeah.
figuring it out.
It's
You know what
a-
I'm saying?
It's a release party for Slow
Yo,
Pitch.
but dude, you
new
just
album.
found out about it too, right?
Yeah. I
Who
just
you,
found
who
out.
you playing with?
Slow Pitch.
Nice.
Nice,
Slow-
man.
Like he's releasing his new, I think a full length album, and he's doing that thing just to promote and just do something for his city, I guess. You know.
That's killer.
That's
And
awesome,
you got
man.
an
That's
album
fucking
in the
good.
works too.
I have an EP that's coming out soon through Caliber Plus. Yeah.
Done
Nice.
deal.
What's it
Done
called?
deal.
What's it called, dude?
Future Shinobi.
There it is. You know what I'm saying? I got an album in the works too, Sky Hologram. Be on the lookout for that shit. Working real hard at it. Other than that, we got shows that we're going to see. I'm going to see Vince Staples in March. That's gonna be nuts.
March is good. March is looking good right now. I'm gonna be seeing Carpenter Brute. That's gonna be a fucking good
Done
month.
deal. And your show's in March.
Yeah. Shout out
exactly.
March
To
is the
SNS.
month, bro.
Shout out to SNS for making me stickers. You're
Yeah,
fucking
if you
killed
guys
it,
are
bro.
gonna be going to a show in Toronto on March the 10th, we're gonna be giving out stickers. We printed the album art on 2x3 stickers. So come on out and you also get some of that stuff free.
So what are the expectations that we have, or maybe not even expectations, more so predictions that we have for the music coming out in 2017? I feel I'm gonna hear some different shit this year.
I feel like I'm gonna hear some angry stuff and dark
Some
stuff.
angry stuff and
Yeah.
dark stuff. You feeling like that's a trend
Yeah.
right now? You
I
feel
feel-
like
I
that's
feel
what's
like-
going on?
I honestly I feel like every year is gonna bring new music, no matter whatever
Yeah.
it is. It's always a new kind of from your artist. It's always, I guess there's influence wherever you go, but new year brings new music.
And
True.
it's dope, and I'm stoked. I'm really happy because of the fact that I am seeing a lot more people and artists play with what can be considered good music or dope music. I'm seeing a lot more genres being played with. I'm seeing a lot more influences coming from different places. You know what I'm saying? 2016 ended with that giant curveball, Childish Gambino coming out with Awaken My Love. Didn't see that coming at all.
It was like
Yeah.
a funk album, right?
Yeah.
Funk rock
Yeah.
sort of
Yeah.
album. I love that.
That was
I
crazy.
think it's his best piece of work
You know what
so
I'm
far.
saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. Danny Brown's new joint that came out, and that threw me for a fucking
It
loop.
was very experimental, right?
Crazy experimental. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
So
Danny Brown,
good.
you gotta give him credit. He's one of the best out there.
I'm telling
and people
you.
don't talk about him enough.
I'm telling you, I saw
Yeah,
Danny.
that's so true.
Yeah, I saw Danny Brown live. That show was crazy. You know what's crazy though is that like I watched the music videos of Danny Brown and like all the stuff that like he's done. And when I saw him live at Phoenix, I believe Vince Staples is going to be playing there too. He was like almost like a different person. He was way more calm. He was way more cool. He was way more collected. He just kind of came out on the stage, performed every song back to back to back to back.
Holy
That's when
shit,
he
that's
was-
wild
Even
stamina.
until the ninth or 10th song where he said something to the crowd. He literally just walked on stage and just threw down.
Wow.
And the crowd went nuts, bro.
I feel like as soon as he like became sort of sober and like moved away from like
Yeah,
Whatever he was doing.
grills now, like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. His teeth are like not. He left that.
yeah, don't do drugs, kids.
Do drugs, kids.
Maybe.
Do the right drugs with the right people at the right
Exactly,
times. Be
exactly.
fine.
Don't climb trees.
Don't jump out of buildings.
Don't.
Do whatever you want. We're not responsible.
Exactly.
Be
We're
safe
not-
and don't hurt anybody.
We're not your parents.
Exactly.
And we don't want to be.
Terrible role models. We're terrible.
Fuck that. But yeah, it's cool because like I'm just seeing like a lot of people do a lot of different things with music. There's like music coming out with like crazy jazz influence into it. You know what I'm saying? There's music coming out with house influences
Yeah,
in it.
techno. I feel
Right.
like techno and fashion
Yeah.
and like counterculture, like in the like in that respect of like art is like gonna be moving a lot more. I feel
Yeah.
like because it's now it's so fused together. Like they're
It's going.
and visually it's driven. Like it's a strong
Mhm.
drive.
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm just so stoked for it. Year ended off with Childish. Weekend left. Like that was probably on my part. I appreciate what he's doing right now as far as like music is concerned. He's definitely catering to a new generation that I know nothing about because they're just a new generation. Don't hate them at all. They're fucking dope, but I'm just not in that world that they're in right now. You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
When I went to go see Party Next Door, like that was a whole different situation. Like I stuck out like a sore thumb because I was ready to I was ready to have a good time and just vibe with everything. And the amount of cell phones that I saw in the air, just like looking at Party Next Door was a whole different world. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh yeah.
and also, you know what? I feel like every genre has their own type of like fans. You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't been to anything that was like a Weekend concert. A Party Next Door concert since I went to see Bass and the Hicks. But like when I went to see the Hicks and Bass, it was vibing from start to finish. People were just
tight.
fucking vibing, and like
That's
that
tight.
music is like R&B fused with soul, with jazz, and then like you know what I'm saying, like
Yeah.
Weekend kind of stuff before.
Yeah,
You know?
I think it's totally the kind of the crowd that the music that surrounds the music.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, to say which came first, the chicken or the egg, but like, it's definitely like some music has a certain crowd, and like with the crowd comes a certain mentality towards how they enjoy the party.
Mm.
The chicken is the answer. On a serious note. On a serious note, here's a track by Black Castles called Noun Stance. It's a work in process.
Whips.
It's pretty cool if you're into ambient and stuff like that,
Gucci.
especially strings. He makes his own like guitars and plays them. It's pretty cool. So if you love this, that was Black Castle's Nonstance. You could check out his latest released album called Fear in Transit or in Public. I'm not sure. I don't really remember that much.
You suck.
Don't blame me.
I love that track though. I feel like I'm soaring through the sky. Like it's such a beautiful track.
I'm telling you, music that fills a room, like that's the best way to describe it, to be honest. And like, there's so many tracks that are coming out nowadays that are like leaning more on a concept more than they are just like a moment. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of songs that were coming out. Like it happens every year, of course, you know, because people are gonna make music or whatever music fancies them. But there's music that is made for like a moment where like the moment is to like turn up or like get hype or something like that.
Totally, yeah.
Or there's music that is made for like a concept, and like in that moment they really want to try and fill the room. If you were to like picture like a box, and like the bottom half of the box is the low middle area of the
there's
box.
like a journey. There's like a journey.
Exactly,
It's
you know
like
what I'm saying?
an intended journey
Exactly.
that's like they're trying to like put you on over the course of the song.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's like the analogy that like I remember like I was reading an article, actually. I can't remember where it's actually from, but it was that concept of like a room, or picture like making music as like a room, and your goal is to fill the room in every way, shape, and form. So when you have a room and you have the bottom half of it, or like the bottom third of the room, that's your low end. The mid part, like up to eye level, is the mids, and then close to the ceiling is like the highs. And your goal is to put everything in like a good spot so that you can just fill the room. And that's why I feel there's a difference between listening to music on your headphones as opposed to listening to it on speakers really loudly to see what it does to the environment you're in.
That's how I felt when like SNS was telling me about this room at the club that shut down called the Government. He said there's like a room where they keep their subwoofers.
No. The room itself that I was talking about, they made bass gates basically. So you walk into the room and basically there's speakers that are pointed. It's a long hall. It's kind of like a longer than wide hallway, right? And they basically set up the DJ booth in the front. And so for you to enter like the dance floor, you have to enter in like past the bass gates, where all of sound was basically going. So it's like you basically stepping in from feeling bass to not feeling bass at all, and it's just like it was such a cool experience because it's like this room of just sound, and you walk into, and it's like it's a trip on its own, man.
Yeah, it has an effect on you, right? Especially
Yeah.
bass.
That bass is one of like the craziest things that I've ever encountered, because like it's both
It just wraps around you
sound,
completely.
exactly, and it's both sound and physical, you know, like hearing a car with bass that's just shaking the ground, like that's
You feel
physical.
it in your soul. Just
Exactly.
it just like shakes your whole soul.
Yeah, I remember the first time I like heard like real funk. I felt true bass.
Right.
I was like,
Yeah.
I was a kid, and like there was like a lowrider car
Uh-huh.
passed by, and it had like fucking subwoofer. in it.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it just like made my heart shake in my chest. I was like, what was that feeling? And then like I realized it was fucking like sub bass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
yeah.
That's cool. Speaking of like places that like say you were talking about the government earlier, I think it was either SNS or T, one of them, that told me the Hoxton was shutting down.
Yeah.
Whack.
So whack. So whack. Anybody know why?
No idea. That place looks like it does really well. So
I-
I don't understand how they like why they're shutting down.
I read something about like their lease and the building that they're located at wants to like
Oh,
reconstruct or something like that.
shame. That's a
So
shame.
many places are getting whacked, bro. Revamped. So many places are getting revamped. It's crazy.
Yeah,
It's like,
Honest Eds is shutting down as well.
yeah. Where?
Honest Eds.
Oh yeah,
man. Fucking Honest Eds is shutting
yeah,
down.
That place. I was
People
like,
people were torn about
Yeah.
Sam the Record Man, but like,
right.
but fucking Honest Eds, dude, like
Down.
they've been providers for
Going
so
down.
long.
Rebel. That was used to be Sound Academy.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's crazy. I've touched on it before in multiple conversations with friends and families and stuff like that. But like, the idea of, or not even the idea, just the realization that like you really are in your own generation and you see other generations come up doesn't hit you as much when you're just kind of moving along, you know what I'm saying? Like I think it's like it's almost innate in us now to just keep moving forward without looking back, kind of a thing, especially if you're an artist or something like that, because you're always concentrated on the next project that you need to release
Right.
in your own, you know what I'm saying? You're in your own zone and just tunnel vision. But when I was seeing Party Next Door and I was at Rebel, I was like, oh my god, like this place looks like a club now, like fancy high-end LA club by the
That's
lake.
the vibe that I feel like
You know what I'm
they're
saying?
I haven't gone yet, but like I feel like that's the vibe they're trying to go for.
And what's crazy about it is that it didn't even hit me where it was like, oh man, like wow, they did like really like cool renovations since the last time I was here, and that everybody that's around me is looking at me like, what did it look like before?
Yo.
And I was like, oh man, that's like, I didn't take a photo of Sound Academy at all, nothing. So like, I only have that memory now of what it used to look like. And now, going onward, people are not going to have that memory.
That's
anymore.
trippy as fuck, dude.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
trippy as fuck.
it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy to like have like situations like that. Now I feel like my fucking dad when he was like talking about like, oh dude, this all used to be farmland.
Yo, I know. You sound like such a dad. You sound like such a dad when you say that kind of shit. But it's just like, yo, it's a different fucking time, man.
Yeah.
It's a different time. It's actually like, but it's not a bad thing. It's
No.
definitely not a bad
No.
thing, dude. Like that's not at all. Like
It's not.
It's just a different time.
It's a different time. You gotta welcome change, you know?
Totally.
Why do you always have to like define if it's bad or good?
Hmm?
Because we really don't know if it's a bad or good thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, like it's not a bad thing if like the thing is that everything is categorized by whether or not it's bad or good because people have opinions on it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like that's the thing, is that it's not like it's just one of those things where like you do, or I feel the need to always pick a side because I don't want to be like on the fence about everything all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just like know something.
I'm a
exists.
fence sitter.
Yeah,
I'm a fence sitter.
exactly,
So like
you
I'm
know?
actually sure I'm a fence sitter.
Yeah, because for me, and this is probably the dumbest statement I'll ever say, but I'm comfortable with that. When you're constantly just retaining knowledge and like not developing opinions about it, right? Like what are you really like doing? You know, you're just kind of taking the information, you're saying okay, and then you're just like not really contributing any opinions. And I find that kind of more hard to deal with than just picking a side of whether or not you think it's good.
That's a
or
good
bad.
point. That's a good
You know
point,
what I'm
man.
saying? You
I
turn
see
to
that.
Google, like you become Google, just
yeah,
like
yeah.
knowing something.
Who has a moral high ground to say like this is good or this is bad? You know what I'm saying?
Well, you do as a person because it's subject to change, like just the same thing as like you just saying, hey, I don't really like this song, or I don't really like this, or whatever.
It only comes like an issue with the moral high ground
Yeah.
kind of like interpretation is when you kind of like start to judge people and start to like segregate certain people because they have a certain opinion and you're like, oh, well, what the fuck? And then you're the righteous one essentially. You know what I mean? Then when you start feeling like basically like holier than thou, then it can be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah.
But still, like I feel like any moral, like one of my friends, like we had this like long conversation, and like he like showed me how like any moral issue like is a dilemma that has no answer. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So like we can't really like judge things based on like good or bad.
Well, my thing is that like everything that is done in life is really a journey of the self. You know what I'm saying? And when I decide that something's either like good to me or bad to me, it's never told from an objective point of view. It's always a subjective point of view of what I feel is good to me and what's bad to me. You know what I'm saying? When we're referencing things like, say, like the government or like or Hoxton or even like Rebel, which used to be Sound Academy, it's just a matter of like acknowledging and welcoming this change and explaining the fact or highlighting the fact that it is a positive thing, because I do want to put
but the way it sounds like you're hating on it, right? But no, there's no hate at all. There's definitely no hate.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, is that like you have to I see logic in totally deciding whether or not you find something's good or bad, because it's like everything like is already said with the disclaimer that it's personal and it's your, you know what I'm saying? It's you that feel this way, but it's obvious and we already know that other people are going to feel different ways about it, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yo, so with that being said, like when you're looking at it, like we don't know the reasons why these places are closing down, why it's not. There's a lot of business that's going on behind the scenes that you're not aware of, right?
Exactly.
Like the companies are running this kind of shit.
Exactly.
You know? I mean, with that being said, we still have the next track
by M10,
Hey.
Cold Company.
Let's get it.
M10 Productions.
One pull, nigga. That motherfucker gone. I'm done with it.
2017 year of moments. That's what I'm calling it. If you were to title what 2017 is, or what it could be to you, what would it be?
Year of Silence.
Year of Silence.
Wow,
Why is that?
That's a big one, eh?
Just because I appreciate quietness more now.
Want quietness for a whole goddamn year? Damn, bro. that's a different way to live, but that's cool. That's cool.
I feel like 2016 for me was kind of like a year of just kind of like shedding, you know, like kind of letting go of a lot of things. So,
yeah.
So 2017 feels like almost like a fresh start, or like a new start. Not necessarily a fresh start, but like a new start, you know, like as like cheesy as like 2013 and like New Year's is like it's like a universal, like, this is a reset, you know? Like, you can make this year whatever you want, you know? It's like, if there's any other time, yeah, I mean, you could do it any day you want, you know? But, like, there's almost something, like, the way that the planet kind of, like, celebrates it at a certain time all together, whether it's together exactly, but, like, you know, time zones and shit like that.
Yeah,
But, like,
exactly.
but, like, togetherness, right, is, like, it's like, okay, we're all starting 2017 on, like, on a same footing almost,
Yeah.
you know? Like, we're all putting a step forward at the same time.
And that's a dope point that you bring up, because we were actually talking about it while the song was going. Had to log that in for the audience because it was a good talking point. It was just one of those things where it's like, you living in the moment is like people almost take that phrase for granted, I feel, you know. And that's not to say, because like I don't feel like I have any higher knowledge compared to like a next person, so I could just be talking out of my ass. But like living in the moment is truly exactly that. And to live in the moment should kind of come with this idea or like understanding that it's a moment and you're going to experience another one after that.
Yeah.
Right? Some people like almost like instead of living in the moment, they hold on to a moment, right? And that's kind of what like happened in 2016. Was like a life itself just moved, you know, just moved and made people not live in or hold on to a moment of like, say, what they thought was absolute greatness, right? And now we're in the moment of life moving on and welcoming more opportunities for new greatness, right? And we're still going to have memories. Memories will be memories at the end of the day, but the moment's going to change. And the moment changed significantly in 2016 with so many different events.
I feel that. I can see it, but at the same time, I can see why everything is not related as well. You know what I'm saying? It could be and it could not be.
No, and that's the thing, is that like nothing's really said, like nothing really has like a plan, or like, I mean, like that's a personal belief to decide whether or not you feel everything is for a reason or everything is not for a reason, kind of a thing. Sure. But I find like at a certain point that just kind of becomes irrelevant, because you making connections between certain things and holding that true to you does like kind of evolve you as a person, right? Because now you have a story that matters to you, you know? Like, to say everything just happens, and I mean, like, again, it's a personal thing, but I feel like people do it with so many different situations to like have like what they feel is a moment that happened to them and it was like, oh my god, like this happens for a reason, etc., changed my life. That just, you know, elevated that person a little.
Yeah.
And helped them kind of like go, you know, and like step up from like
it's
step
an evolution.
1 to 2.
It's like an evolution that's happening.
Yeah, exactly. And it resonates with them regardless. The world's not working in their favor, you know what I'm saying? But they're just taking what's happening to them and creating their own inner peace with it, which I feel is pretty sick.
Yeah. Within like our own immediate worlds, we're feeling like a positive change. I feel, you know, like you feel really positive about where you're going.
Yeah.
You're feeling really positive where you're going. You know, like there's a lot of open doors that are there available to us, and like, yo, let's be thankful for that, man.
Yeah,
Like let's be
exactly.
like really thankful for the fact that like we have that open and available to us.
Right.
You know, like I'm fucking thankful as fuck for that.
It's crazy. I want to see like that being said with music, I can't wait to just see all the concepts and the different stories that people are going to highlight on the different type of music that is going to happen, and like all of this stuff. Like earlier we were talking about vaporwave, right? And we were talking about that whole thing. How did that start?
It was just like a joke, making fun of or parodying like the 90s music, like pop culture and the commercials, and like how businesses ran their fucking businesses by like doing their marketing tactics and all that stuff. Like some of it is sophomore music, like it would sound like the music you would hear at Walmart.
In a mall, yeah.
Like
LA.
that, you know?
That's jokes.
It's part of the reason why you hate the word aesthetic.
Oh, okay.
Although it started as a joke, people like actually dig it, and
Yeah, I dig it. That's jokes, because like I was into, it wasn't vaporwave, it was more so jazz, but there was an artist by the name of Kyoto Jazz Massive that I listened to, and I play him inside my like store and shit like
Wait,
that.
who are they called?
Kyoto Jazz Massive.
Kyoto Jazz
How do you think of a name
Massive.
like that?
That's
No
Bliss.
I'm telling you.
Kyoto.
Are they Japanese?
I don't even know. Like,
What is it?
man, this is the thing, okay? 2 points. It's like, one, I play Kyoto Jazz Massive, and people are like, I feel like I'm in an elevator, and they hate it. You know what I'm saying? Because like jazz, especially that kind of music where it's very like conceptual and it's very like you listen and you analyze and you enjoy and you feel the emotions. That's like, there's obviously a part of the world where that is still very, very thriving, but what's at the forefront of music right now that we all see is not that, right? We want turn up music. That's
I see what you're saying. I totally see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now, and it's cool and it's dope because I love fucking turning up. But even in the turn up music nowadays, we're getting some different elements of music in there.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a good way to describe it, man.
Yeah.
I get the comparison you're trying to make there. It totally makes sense.
It's fucking, so I'm tight with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That being said, the second point that I was going to bring up is I've noticed one thing I don't do in like that I maybe should start doing. I always keep the artists I listen to faceless.
Wait, when you
I
go-
do that sometimes.
I don't research them. I don't go in depth to like
yeah.
know where they're from, how they got big, what their first songs were.
I don't
their
do that with
personalities.
a lot of them. So some of the ones that do stand out, I'll look into them. But I don't know. It's sometimes it's like hit or miss. Like I'll do it, sometimes I don't do it. But like I don't know. Like sometimes it doesn't really change it for me. It doesn't necessarily change it for me. You know, like for example, like the Gorillas or something like Damon Albarn. Like I don't need to know his whole history, but like the fact that he was in another band before it. You know, like.
I think the music has to touch you so deep that you would want to research it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Because you feel that like pure energy and it affects you so much that you want to know who's behind that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Even when I felt that way, there were times where I just didn't even like research into like an artist, and I just kind of kept them faceless to a point where it was like hard to even like listening to a full album on a bus ride is sometimes frustrating for me because I don't like stop every song to know the track title.
Yeah, I get you.
You know what I'm saying? I just like experience what the fuck is going on in front of my face.
And I think like that's the best way to experience it. It doesn't matter if you like remember the name or the person behind it. What matters is like you got the message, like and it affected you and you liked it.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
enjoyed the experience. You know what I'm saying?
Walls.
You didn't actually stop it and be like, oh, this track sucks. I'm gonna stop the album here.
Yeah, if you didn't like it, you'd skip it.
Yeah, Walls by John Frusciante. That was a song that I lost for like 5 months. Like,
yeah, that name, man.
Yeah,
There's something about that name.
Yeah, he played it to me earlier. That track is sick.
yeah, I lost that song for like 6 months because I was walking from, I think, my house to like the plaza. I don't know if I was getting a fucking burrito. I have no idea. But I listened to that song. I was like, dope AF. And then I just moved on. And then when I tried to remember that song, I didn't know who the artist was. I didn't know who, like nothing. I just knew I saved it on my phone. Oh man, 5 months of pure hell. Pure hell.
Talking about burritos.
Burritos.
Here's flesh produce. French burger.
Wow.
Everybody's hungry.
Killer.
So fucking hungry right now.
Absolutely killer. Yeah, you guys got to know that while we're doing this podcast, we are starving right now.
Send food.
So excuse us.
Send
while
food.
Yep. Excuse us while we might order a pizza while the song's going on. You
Yeah,
know,
I was saying I was gonna eat a fringe burger.
I'm
That
telling
was
you.
flesh produce. And the song was called Fringe Burger, and in brackets called Blolps.
Bloips.
Bloips.
Blips.
Bloips.
These names.
Bloips.
These names.
Bloips.
Oh man. Ooh, you guys, man, you talk about food too much. I'm not.
Garbanzo.
I'm telling you, I don't know. That sounds like a food now.
Garbanzo.
That sounds like. That
Apparently,
sounds like a
apparently
dish
they're
with
actually
cheese.
beans. They're beans. Garbanzos is the kind of beans. That
Oh shit! Look
I've
at
seen
that.
that,
I knew this. Shout out to me for being a smart person. Putting 1 and 2 together. Done deal. Oh man.
Shout out to burritos with beans.
Burritos with beans, bro.
Beans.
I could eat that right now. I don't even care. I'm so hungry.
Man. Ooh. All right. Favorite genres and least favorite genres and why? Go.
I can't name a favorite genre. I love a lot of music. And good sound is good sound. I always say this shit.
Yeah.
But my least favorite, I would say, maybe country.
It's usually the scapegoat.
Yeah,
No.
actually.
No, actually, like,
I can agree
I don't,
with
I,
that.
and I
I
don't
can
even
agree with
hate
that.
it because I like Johnny Cash.
It's not that you hate it,
You know?
but like it's not necessarily the one you find yourself listening
Yeah,
to
exactly.
the most.
Fair. Fair. My favorite, if I had to pick a favorite genre that I really enjoy, it's trip hop. That's one of my favorite
True,
genres.
true. I mean, hate is a really strong word to say. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then if I had to pick a least favorite genre that I don't listen to the most, I mean, yeah, sure, I guess country would be up there because it's just not in like my wave. But I would say like 80s
Commercial
pop or
music,
something.
commercial music, like
Like 80s pop or something.
80s pop music. Like what would classify as 80s pop music?
See,
Like Cyndi Lauper.
exactly.
Like Cyndi Lauper or something, or like
Yeah, probably. It's just pop
True.
music. I've never
True.
I've never listened to too much pop music, but like
Although
on top
although
of
you
that-
say that, like, there's probably like a person out there who sampled it and you like it.
Yeah,
Starboy ruined
yeah.
me a little, man. I'm not gonna lie.
wait, what was that?
Starboy.
Weekend.
I thought that
Like-
I wasn't expecting that track. I was like, oh, okay.
I didn't even like give the album like a third listen. I didn't like it at all.
I didn't listen to the album. I
Oh,
didn't
no?
listen, no. Trilogy is like that whole thing that he did with Trilogy was like so like good to me, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, to a point where when I heard the get what did he do? He did Starboy and
And, like,
I Can't Feel My Face. Like when that started coming out, I was like, he's going somewhere else. Like that's cool, man. Like do
Wasn't
you.
it from the album Kiss Land or something?
I think so.
Yeah.
For the listeners at home, who's Trilogy?
Trilogy's
no,
the album.
no,
He came out with like an
yeah.
album called Trilogy. It was like 3 albums.
I remember like
Yeah,
going
it
to
was, like,
HMV and trying to buy that.
I bought it. Like as soon as I heard Wicked Games was a song that I heard, and I was like, I'm gonna buy this. It's happening. I want to start buying more CDs. I feel like
CDs?
I
that
want
should
more
be like
vinyl, man.
I
I
feel
want
like
more
I need a
vinyl.
record player. Like
Yeah.
Record players are so cheap now. You could get.
You can get one from Shoppers Drug Mart, man.
No,
No,
Yeah, for
seriously,
real.
seriously.
really? They have
99
record
bucks, yeah.
Yeah.
And it goes
Shoppers
fucking
Drug
MP3.
Mart,
Yeah,
bro.
like vinyl sales has been booming for like the last 3 years.
It's never got away, man.
Oh my
people,
God.
people are fucking into that
Because
shit.
I'm
like,
gonna get
go-
one
going back-
ASAP.
Yeah.
My next check's going to a vinyl. There, that's it. Done deal.
It
That's
all
a
goes
wrap.
back to that conversation you're having with SNS.
Yo, but you gotta look at it too, because you gotta think about the sound system you'll be playing it on, right?
yeah, exactly.
Like
'Cause-
if you're getting it right to MP3, then it goes right into your computer, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
but then don't you lose the essence?
It does lose the essence of it, but it depends what you want to do with it, right? If you just
Exactly.
want to listen to it, then like every day, then yeah.
I don't
But,
mean
like,
to sound like a
live.
snob. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you snob, bro.
Audiophile.
The essence.
Bro.
The essence.
Whack.
The essence.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
I sounded like that, didn't I?
Yeah. For those that don't know where that sample comes from, that's Lemon Grab from Adventure Time. And I actually love that sample because that's what I hear sometimes when I hear like people talking about like, yo, like music's shit now, bro. Like it's just they lose it a little. They're just that's exactly what I hear.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
Okay, I'm gonna say a couple of sentences, and I just want you to play that sample like right now.
Okay.
All right, yo, man, like I really like Lil Yachty.
Unacceptable!
I really enjoy pop music.
Unacceptable!
Kanye is not crazy.
Unacceptable condition! Unacceptable!
Soulja's gonna win the fight versus Chris Brown.
Unacceptable! Whack!
Why is that situation happening right now?
I don't even know,
what
man.
is going on,
That looks like some kid shit, bro.
I don't know what's going on.
Like
Me
you at some point it should be beyond you to be doing the kind of stuff.
I wonder if it's gonna turn into like a Ronda Rousey situation. That was so sad to watch. Did you guys see that or see like?
I was
any
confused
clips of
because
it?
I saw videos of her winning before and it tripped me out because it was like a day later. It was like she's lost. I was like, whoa! I thought she won.
No, she was killing it, but like I don't know. Everybody has their own like conspiracy theory with the thing. They were saying that like I don't know if it was a fact, but they were saying that Ronda Rousey was going up against people that didn't necessarily like match up to her. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like as far as like fighting and stuff. Like she was also like she's a what is she? She's martial arts or something like that. I can't remember, but she doesn't really know how to box, right? And the opponent that she went up with was like an avid boxer.
I see.
There's actually a video on that whole situation of like the coach yelling like at her like what to do, and all you're hearing in the background while she's just getting pummeled is like head movement, move your head, move your Ronda. Oh, wow. Like it's so sad, but it's so funny because she's just getting like
that's a real situation.
Bro.
That's a real situation.
Yeah,
it's real, man. I
don't know. UFC is weird to me.
Yeah,
it's such a weird situation. Like I don't know that whole Chris.
But
Brown
there's a
thing.
big like difference between like martial arts and like being like a boxer.
Yeah,
I feel like, you know,
of course.
Everybody wants to fight nowadays, but the question is like, aren't we like past that?
Yeah, exactly. Like, are we like past?
I'm a man. I'll beat you up.
Throw down. Like it's just it's too much.
Sports are gonna be sports at the end of the day.
That's true,
right? You know, that's
no.
just
I'm not
kinda
talking
what it
about
is.
sports. I'm talking about like people who want to fight.
like just beef in general.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's all about like drama. The question is like, what are the publicists saying? You know, like I want to know what like their like Chris Brown's management team is saying to him about this whole situation. Because if I was behind that fucking desk, he's getting a phone call. And I'm gonna be like, yo, CB, what are you doing?
Yeah,
it's
what's
like
going on
actually
here?
like I think it's really good for them. Like,
totally, because they're still in like
yeah,
the
we're talking
limelight,
about it right now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Otherwise, we wouldn't be like in a million years. I don't think we'd be talking about like, especially Chris Brown. You know.
I think this also feeds into like the concept of like me just not really researching into like artists like when I'm learning about them, because like I'm not listening to an artist for like, if an artist has a certain personal experience and that personal experience affected the way they wrote a song, I'll read into it. You know what I'm saying? Like for example, Chance the Rapper and Acid Rap whole album. I don't know how the fuck you do it, but he wrote that whole thing on acid.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
I can see that.
How do you write an album on like?
You could do it.
Like in one sitting, like over a couple
Maybe
days.
it's like
every time he went to work on the album, he had to
influenced
drop
by,
acid first. Like,
maybe
what
like
is-
he's
what's
not. He
the
wasn't.
process?
Maybe he wasn't abusing
You know what I'm
it.
saying?
Maybe like he was doing it like you were saying, like micro dosing.
Oh yeah, maybe
Yeah.
like microdosing. Yeah. And for those that don't know what microdosing is, it's actually cool. It's when you do little,
actually
little,
cool, kids.
It's actually cool. Kids do drugs.
We're not responsible.
We're not responsible.
Yeah,
for
don't
you.
look at us. We're
I
all
don't care.
morons.
Like, I don't. Your parents don't even know who I am. But like microdosing is taking little bits of acid and doing it in increments, to the point where you're not hallucinating, but it is affecting your creativity, and it's known to be some dope shit. Who knows? But anyway, Acid Rap, Chance the Rapper, that's cool to know, right? I'll do some personal searching or some research into knowing that that's how that album was written. But like Chris Brown versus Soulja Boy is not for any particular album. It's just because they're fucking having their problems and they want to like put it on display.
Yeah,
I don't really
yeah.
care about that.
I think it's more like of a stunt, especially with Soulja Boy, because he does that a lot. Like I follow like hip hop and hip hop news and stuff like that.
Right.
So I always see him popping up like trying to start beef and then apologizes, but this time he like picked on Chris Brown, and Chris Brown is not that kind that just let it slide. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Soulja Boy apparently brought Chris Brown's daughter into it.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like,
What?
Chris
He was-
Brown's real mad.
He was like, you do coke in front of her and shit like that. You don't take care of your kid.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah,
That's a terrible thing to say.
yeah, exactly.
Don't say those things. Don't say those things. That's fucking
Yeah, yeah.
crazy.
It seems like it's more of like you could also look at it from the other side of it being like, yeah, they're planning this, right? But like it's just like
What if it was all staged? Who
exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying. Like
who
they're like, yo, let's start this like whole drama.
knows? What if
right?
like this fight really happens and then like people show up and pay money and they both make money off of it? Or, like,
Hypothetically,
more-
yeah.
You'll never
Yeah.
know until you're behind the scenes, but I think it's just one of those things where, I mean, regardless how you talk about it, it's almost like enjoyable to talk about it.
Like,
you
it's
know,
so
whether
weird.
or not it's real, whether or not it's real. If it's not real, that's a crazy hoax, and that's
Yeah,
interesting to
yeah.
talk about. And if it is real, holy shit, they're mad at each other, and that's still interesting
That's
to talk
true.
about. It seems like a win-win almost. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like either way, it comes around to
Regardless,
them.
it's still about Chris Brown and Soulja Boy.
Exactly. So there's really nothing
But
to dispute. Almost, it's weird.
in the end, like, man, it doesn't. It's all like all of it looks weird, especially that and like you'll see like fucking people like 50 Cent and shit like that, like talking with Soulja Boy. Like it became like this huge thing, and it doesn't need to be like there's like more important news out there that people don't pay attention to, and they pay attention to like stuff like this. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm not trying to be cynical here, but
That's whatever. Well, maybe when one of them gets shot, we'll know for sure if it was real or not. But will we? Because the bullet could have been fake.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Makeup
Tupac
is
Do
like
they really go to jail? Do they
Exactly.
really go to jail? Does
Really go to-
anybody really go to jail?
Tupac's still alive.
I'm telling you, all day, all day. We got a dope lineup of tracks for you. We got a track coming up right now. It's gonna be dope as shit. We got B&B Japanese Woman.
Swift at it.
blood, I light up the north, that's me when I'm. Guaranteed to make peace when I'm. I told you before, I'm a top weight.
doesn't even like to smile back. Me, I'm tight as fuck.
That was Lloyd. SP.
That was a tune
Boy
right
the
there.
Flare. Boy the Flare.
That was a sporadic ass
Yeah.
beat
And
right
before
there.
that was B&B, Japanese Woman, but that was the Swift edit.
It was
Swift.
so swift. Maybe switch up.
Yeah, it's good. It's good shit, man. There's a funny little anecdote for the Japanese Woman track though. Like, T and I did a show together, and we were mixing that track in, and we accidentally hit the pitch on it, and it dropped from like I think it was like 170 BPM, 160 BPM, and it dropped right down to like 80.
Yeah.
So it became like vapor as fuck.
And everybody was having it too.
Yeah, it was sick. It was sick. It actually went off because it kind of came out of nowhere. But we were like, whoa, oh shit.
We ran
oh.
with that tempo.
Yeah.
And like the whole set turned into a vaporwave, right?
Yeah, it was tight. It was fast paced, and so I was like Japanese woman.
Or Wave. We played 2 songs, and over the course of those 2 songs, we made sure that we ordered some food. 'cause
Yes.
We are literally
Yes.
dying
We
for
need
our craft right
supplies.
now.
So
Yeah, and
we
we had a
supplies.
little incident too.
Oh yeah, I spilled something like an idiot.
Yeah.
You have no
It's
idea
messy.
what goes
It's
on
messy.
behind the closed doors
Messy.
of this podcast. Shit tables get flipped. T ends up fighting me because he doesn't like the concept of flipping tables.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro.
It's also his table, so
Yeah.
I mean, like, I
Yo,
wouldn't be too
yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Have you ever encountered situations that just so ballsy that like you just don't even really know how to react? Like if someone came to my house and just flipped one of my tables, and that's how you said hello, I wouldn't even know what to do.
True.
I just kind of sit there like, okay, like you've clearly established like where we sit. Like,
Yeah. You
Wow.
at that point you go
You
for
know
it
what
because
I'm
it's like,
saying?
whoa, what's going on here, man?
What's
like,
happening here?
Yeah.
Like the other day, like one of my friends was being just a dick, and like I drove him home, and he didn't want to get out of the car, and I was like in a dilemma. What the fuck should I do right now? You know
What?
I'm saying? He just didn't want to get out of the car. Like he just wanted to, like, and I was like, I gotta go, bro. You know, like I need to go home and sleep, right? And like it was just like not having it. We just wanted to talk and shit like that. So I didn't know what to do. As soon as I like get out to like fucking pull him out of the car, like he locks the door. So I have to
Yo,
go.
was it good company though? Was it
Yeah,
good
it
company?
was.
Right on.
It was
Dope.
fun. It was like
Dope.
jokes.
Yeah.
It wasn't like fuck you, get out.
Yeah, because that would be weird, right? But
Yeah,
but it's
of
cool.
course.
It's cool. It was
Are
good.
you familiar with the concept of a rage room?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that like in like one of those places in Japan where like you go in and like fucking break shit?
Yeah, they got it in Toronto, man. They got it in
Oh,
Toronto.
we
you,
have
you,
some
you
here?
can go to Toronto and
Toronto
smash it if
has
you
a
want.
rage room, bro.
Since when?
I think for maybe a
For
couple
years,
years,
yeah.
yeah, at least.
And
And
it's-
like it's still in business?
Yeah, and you pay
Yeah,
by
'cause
like item.
Yeah, dude, they.
Oh, really? Like,
I know there's a couple. I think there might be a couple spots, but like I know there's one that they do like archery as well,
oh,
like the
Mhm,
yeah
battle archery.
battle archery, and then I think they also have like a room.
That's so
yeah,
random.
yeah. I think
like
peop-
they
I think,
do
yeah.
battle archery
Tell
and it's
me-
a rage room. Like what the fuck?
Honestly, like these are the type of things that I need to know because like it's such a better date than a fucking movie.
I do it, but like, can I play music while I'm there?
Yeah, I believe so.
I think you must be
I
able
believe
to.
they
You
can.
must
Can I
be
pick
able
like
to. Yeah.
my song to like fucking
I don't
rage
know.
to?
It might be a
That'd be
private
sick,
room
actually.
That would be
situation.
really
Yo,
sick.
that's-
Like,
that'd be
I'd fucking
awesome.
pay if like, and like it hasn't to like I wish it's not pricey, but
Break
like,
shit to some Toro.
but they tell me this shit is expensive, but it's really not.
Yo, if
No,
you have your
it's
if you have your own
25.
property, like if you have your own property and
Yeah.
like you have the junk, then do it yourself. But like it's gonna be like $15 a pop easily.
You pay by the size of the items. So
Yeah.
like large items are more
Which makes
expensive than
sense.
small
Which makes sense.
items.
Like, can
Yeah.
you break shit until you like fucking end up paying like $1,000?
No, because they give you an item that you can.
Yeah, unless you're like
Give you,
there for a whole
bat or
day.
something like
Oh,
that.
Unless
so
you're
like
there for a whole day.
So
It's not like
Hold on,
You know,
so,
it's not
like-
like you just office space that shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so, like,
which is tight.
I
by the
believe
way.
they have
Yeah.
printers though, so
I
you
walk
can
in and
definitely
they have
office
like,
space that
like
shit.
items on display, and I pick one and it's priced.
No.
Or I go in there, break shit, and then be like, oh, this is cost this much.
No. So like, it basically what it is like, picture like you go into this place and there's a bunch of different rooms, and in every room there's like different items. So small items, like a room that has small items, you'll pay like maybe 15 or so bucks to like smash a bunch of plates. You know what I'm saying? And you're just
that's not
smashing
fun,
like plates.
man.
But then there's like the more expensive ones where it's like you pay like 20 or 25 bucks, where it's a room full of TVs, and you take like a bat to a TV or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
by the size of the
Yeah,
item.
yeah.
And it's literally priced like it's priced that way. It's like
But dude,
small
like you think
stuff,
about it, like
medium stuff and big stuff.
Yeah,
Like what I thought it was like, you go there, fucking go ham, break even the fucking.
Well, yeah,
door,
you're
know
not
what I'm
like you're not
No.
like a bull in a
That's
china
terrible.
shop. Like
That's
you,
awesome, man. Like, if you
know,
just-
Well, no.
Like I would
Yeah.
hate to go in there and think about, oh, this, like I have to be like cost efficient about my rage. Like
no. The question is just where you swing that bat, because you might hit something that might be out of your price range.
Yeah,
It's probably a
exactly.
concrete room, bro. Like,
Yeah, it's like a concrete room. You choose what you want. You go in
Yeah,
and like,
exactly.
yeah. But like that'd be tight if you could actually like, this is a big space and you just like you're actually
Yeah,
like a bull in a
exactly.
china shop. Just have the place called but like have the place called as like bull in a china shop or something like
yeah,
that.
the
Yeah.
place couldn't last like that. They'd have to renovate everything every day.
It's just like an episode of Eric Andre, like the intro
Yeah,
every
exactly.
single
Like,
time.
they have to like, yeah.
Yeah, just make me in like a room like that, even if it's like cheaply made.
Yeah.
I'd fucking just like want to do that shit.
Too much work. People don't want to
It's
work. that hard
dangerous
for
though
a
when you
rage
think
room.
about it. Like if you have that much stuff flying around, like
Yeah,
these
they
rooms are
give you like
concrete.
protective gear. And
Yeah,
stuff
you have like
too.
protective gear. And, like I've seen photos of it. I haven't actually done it myself because like
I was thinking about a date.
Yeah.
Doing it like a date situation. like
True,
that.
true,
That'd
true.
be
Why?
fucking awesome.
Why are you guys so ragey though? Why?
Yo, but like
It's just the concept of
it's just like
rage.
a
Yo, you
release,
need
man.
that.
It's just
You
a
need
release.
the release.
Like
I feel
yeah.
like the thing is that like you feel like the weight. I'm very honest to like who I am, and I'm very honest to like the type of person that I am, and I feel like there are days where like, you know, it's like going like when you go like 2 years without crying or some shit like that, you know.
Yeah,
It's-
yeah.
a time's gonna come where like little things start to set you off, and it's because you need to fucking cry. Like that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just need to let the stress out. Skateboarding was like that because you could do it every day and you can take your fucking anger out on skateboarding.
Yeah, it's a
Making
physical.
music-
It's a physical.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
Making music
yeah.
is the exact same thing, right? So I'm
Yeah.
just kind of like true to that, and if I need to break shit, you know what I'm saying, I'll let it go. It doesn't have to be a result of anything. It could be a result of a lot of things, but
So-
Yeah.
like release is everything, bro. Like you need release in your life.
also, man, like fucking smashing shit's fun. You know?
Yeah,
like,
it truly is.
It actually is a lot of fun. Like we've done it a couple times, but we didn't go to like a rage room, but like there was like we had like a we had like a TV monitor, and we found
yeah.
it and like just picked it up off the side of the road. It was like already going to be thrown out, and we're like, okay. And then we like met up and like we brought it to like it sounds really fucked up in like hindsight. Like we brought it to the woods and then we set it down and then we all like smashed it, you know. But like it's like it was funny because the second time we cut out like a 2 liter like 7-Up bottle and then like put holes in it and then put elastic bands so we covered like our eyes. So
okay.
so we were kind of safe, you know. And
Super
then
safe, makeshift
yeah.
safe.
So in essence, like people are angry.
No,
No,
Like,
no,
they have
no, no.
anger in them.
people are everything. Everybody has
Yeah,
everything in
yeah.
them. You know what I'm saying? And you need to release that. You know, like you can't only release like the positive. Like when you're happy or then you find something funny, you laugh, right? Like that's when you're happy. You like you do nice things for people or like you have a good time with people.
feeling,
That's releasing
you know,
it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Sadness and anger just have more negative forms of releasing, but like nonetheless it's just as important to release your happiness as much as you release your anger
Yeah,
in
totally.
ways that like are obviously not detrimental to anybody else's life, because I'm not promoting like the ending of anything else.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
but
that's why
even-
rage
yeah.
rooms exist.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, totally. And even feeling too good all the time can also, you know, because you're depriving yourself of like feeling sad.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah, exactly.
Always
Right.
feeling good is like you can be like feeling awesome all the time, but like if you don't have that balance, it's like, you know, where are you really feel like, are you whole that way? Are you you know, like shutting yourself off from a whole thing that's there,
Just
part
to
of the
be-
condition.
Just to be clear, I totally agree with you guys. I'm just like
No, it's
trying
cool.
to like make an
No,
argument.
dude, I fucking
No,
love.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
that was a
That's
good
whatever.
question,
You're making
man.
arguments,
It was-
it's like,
yeah,
yeah, I feel you.
totally, dude. It was like it's definitely like
I especially like say like this year's gonna be like good for punk. Like I told you, right?
Yeah. I see that. I don't listen to a lot of punk myself though. Like when somebody says it's like it's gonna be like the year
when
for
I say
it.
punk, what do you think of?
I think like garage, like garage kind of like punk bands. Like when I think of
Okay.
punk,
I
you
don't know
know.
many punk bands.
You don't
Yeah.
know many punk bands?
Nah.
Like, but that doesn't matter. Like what I'm saying is like as long as you don't think Green Day, you're good.
No, I don't associate. Green Day is definitely not the.
At
big
some
punk out
point-
there. That's,
at
the
some
really,
point,
like,
dude.
main punk.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Well, I don't know. Like I feel like it's hard to say like if a band is now punk because it's like I mean everybody grows up and like you know they go through life like to stay as like a punk band for like so long is like I don't know. Is it still punk anymore? Like can it be still punk?
Yeah, like once like I think it got on MTV and stuff like that, it stopped being punk. And Green Day, they missed that like thing about them that makes it punk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, and then just as like a little asterisk on this, like I listened to like American Idiot like nonstop like when I was growing up, and like that was like my
I remember
that was like my album, you know, like
I remember that track. I remember heavily not liking the music video for "Wake Me Up When September Ends" because it was just
I think yeah.
a very sad tune, and
yeah.
like the music video just like it put me down there, you know. And I
Yeah.
was like, I'm just gonna avoid this like the plague.
Yeah.
But other than that, like they had some like pretty good ones.
But to the times I can see like how it was like this was gonna be like supposed to be like a cinematic release for
Yeah.
them, you know, like I could
Yeah,
see that because it was like around the time it was like you know there was a political aspect to it. There was
Yeah.
definitely a political aspect to it, but like you know
So every time I think of Green Day, I keep thinking of My Chemical Romance. I don't know why. They're different genres, of course. But
Yeah.
like, there's just
but around
was
that like
that time
that
where,
emo
like, those
time
kinda, or the
yeah,
Used.
yeah.
I think
The
they
Used
like
were
that.
really
The
cool.
Used was good,
I
too.
watched a music video by The Used. It was The Bird and the Worm, like very, very recently because someone mentioned them. And
Yeah,
holy
true,
shit,
true.
they had some good tunes, you know?
Arcade Fire, you know what?
Arcade
Arcade
for
Fire was
sure.
really
That
good.
was really cool. Yeah, they had some like man. There's so many bands back then that was like amazing.
Yeah, true.
You know, it was crazy. Honestly, yeah, Arcade
But
Fire.
they all disappeared.
Yeah, they disappeared.
Some 41 is coming
Came
back
back.
though.
Yeah, but bro, did you hear this?
But that's what I'm
I haven't
saying.
listened to new stuff. I wasn't into old Sum 41.
Really?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh.
weird, right? I wasn't into it. I don't know. It just didn't.
Good
it
Charlotte
didn't
had
hit
me. Good
I
Charlotte
had a
had
friend
me.
who was obsessed with Good.
Good Charlotte was good.
so
Good Charlotte was
I
good,
heard that, yeah. I heard all that.
Blink 182.
They came
Blink,
back as
yeah.
well.
Blink 182 came
But
back.
okay,
as
but
well.
that's the thing though. Like what like depending on what what is punk for you, it may not be punk anymore,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what people like see and they think like this is what I mean by saying like punk is gonna be good because
True,
like, those
true.
bands came back.
Yo,
But in reality, like I don't think they're very true to the genre. So
yeah, like
Right.
I guess if you look back at it, like if you think punk, you think like the Sex Pistols and like and that kind of era of like
Dead
punk,
Kennedys.
Dead Kennedys, like Black Flag.
Black Flag, fucking.
You know, those kind of bands really like stand out. You know, obviously there's definitely a lot more. I can't list it off the top of my head right now, right? Like I'm not compendium for
Yeah.
punk, but I understand at least there's a time when punk was like punk.
I find it so hard. I think as I'm growing and just like creating like a more like appreciation for like just music and genres as a whole and stuff like that, and like different music, and even when I'm making my album, like so many different genres that are going into it.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of those things where it's like genres are really there for the sake of like categorization. Like that's
Just a
all
reference
that's
point.
all
It's
it
a
is there
reference
for,
point,
you know
man.
what I'm
Fair
saying? So
reference
like
point.
I find it a lot easier just to like look at a band and like just appreciate what that band does.
Yeah,
have
yeah, yeah.
similar bands, and anything else that's kind of coming out from there, you just kind of say okay to it. Because when you get
Yeah.
caught up, like getting caught up in the genre of hip hop versus like new hip hop versus old hip hop, it's such a fucking tiresome argument, and it's
Yeah.
so annoying. But I'd rather just go from artist to artist. You know what I'm saying? And just
Yeah.
kind of appreciate like music from artist to artist as
Yeah,
far
true,
as
true,
from
true.
movement to movement, from genre to genre. You know, like
Yeah.
you're a different person. Like, just let them do whatever they're gonna do.
That's true.
Yeah,
Because like,
yeah.
if you think about it, like genres were created by just music critics and people who write about music. And
Right.
Yeah,
blogs and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that. Just
yeah.
because they need to write about it and need to describe the sound
Yeah.
in a way that the reader would get it. But it's not like a feeling you can box in a word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
like, you get the whole feeling
True.
of that thing, of that realm.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because even the readers gotta be able to understand. Like, I like this kind of this sound. Like,
Yeah.
I would like to listen and indulge more into
Yeah.
the sound.
And it's
Yeah.
happening in 2017. I mean, it's been happening from before, but I think maybe I'm just a little more
Yeah.
like aware of it now.
Yeah.
When people ask me like my favorite bands, like, oh, what kind of music do they create? I find myself creating like this long, like 80-word hybrid genre because it's
you have an
hard to
idea
describe
behind
something,
what you
I'm
do,
saying?
right?
Like, I can't.
Yeah, because there's more of an idea that's
Yeah.
behind it,
Yeah.
right?
And like when they can describe it, they would say like they're alt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah, you know,
exactly.
and that kind of sums it up. And like,
Oh, it's
but it doesn't do
experimental.
it justice. It doesn't
No.
quite do it justice to be
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's just alt.
Experimental, like alt, like the feeling
Or-
when people
yeah.
say experimental, and like I feel like it's not finished. That's what it means. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's
it's
true.
Not, it's
yeah.
not something. It's just
Yeah.
an experiment.
Yeah.
You
I
know?
also
Yeah.
feel the most pretentious when people ask me what kind of music, because like I immediately, like, this is one thing that it always starts like this. Okay, so they're like this, like, and then you start
Yeah.
going on
Really,
this like
really, yeah, yeah.
cross read
Yeah.
between like hip hop and like, you know what I'm saying?
I
And
like
you
it.
just
I
kinda,
like it when that happens, though. At
y-
least, you
it's
know?
true. Like, you get, because again,
Yeah.
it's about categorization. You know what
I
I'm saying?
think-
Like, you have to put it in some sort of category.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
as far as like the appreciation that is from each like artist to each artist, I feel like
True.
that should be in the forefront more so than what genre they're in.
Exactly. I mean, an artist
True.
is always going to be creating. You know, like no matter what you do, an artist is always going to be creating.
Yeah.
You
like
know.
when people talk about hip hop, like what kind of hip hop are you talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah.
Like, when you say hip hop, there's boom bap, there's rap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of like types that fall
Yeah.
under hip hop or rap.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody earlier today about like hip hop and rap and like he was making a clear distinction. He was like, you know what, like when it comes down to it, like, oh, I like to listen to like the lyrics behind the music.
Yeah.
And for him, he was saying that like it's not about like, you know, like the fucking bitches and getting money or like that. It's more about like it's more about like a poetic like perspective and like appreciation that he had for the kind of like hip hop he liked, you know. So I mean as like wide of a genre as hip hop, as wide of a genre as electronic music, or like, you know, any form of like music, right? There's always going to be that element of being like how it moves you, right? Like that's what it's gonna be.
In like in the bigger picture, I'm just grateful, even if like people hate one kind and listen to one kind, and the other people are like on the other side is the same thing. At least like someone is listening to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They have something they follow and they're true to it.
Yeah.
Same thing with the other side.
That's literally it.
It's
You
just
gotta be
music
true to
getting
that.
appreciated.
Yeah, totally.
Exactly, and you need to. I mean, like, if we didn't have anything to really like describe what, if we didn't have any like wording for like genres, you know, if like genres didn't exist in our vocabulary, this whole conversation that we're having right now
Yeah.
would be like the hardest thing we've ever done.
Yo, shouts
Or it
out
would
shouts
just
out to
go
language,
out.
man.
I'm
Shout-
telling you.
Yeah, shouts out to language.
Shout out to theoretical physicists. Shout out to language. Shout out to people. All that shit. It's so many. It's awesome. It truly is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, and I think like people should not just judge the music by the label it's on, and just have the basic notion of what it sounds like
Yeah.
from the genre. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you. Shout out to positive mindsets and deeper thinking, and shout out to the next song, which is
We got Marshall Aid.
By Marjay.
How do you say that?
J. I found him today, so I don't even know
Oh,
how to
cool.
say it. I just literally found him today, and I was like, "This sounds like it's gonna sound nice." So
Well,
it's
you know
actually a
what?
first
Yeah,
listen for me too.
Let's
Oh
take,
shit.
Let's get
take-
it.
Take it away.
Marshall, Ide, Margin.
Is that lunch?
No.
What are you doing? Is that
I don't know.
what's going on? Do we rap?
Can somebody get my bag?
What's going on? Can I get a tea or?
I was with a friend just hanging out, and 2017 started like hella crazy for me, just in like the mental, because I heard this quote from her and it fucked up my psyche, and I want to share it with people. And it's a very simple quote. It's, "If you're bored, you're boring." It's so straightforward. It's so just in your face, and it's so blunt. And it fucked with my psyche, because it's like there are so many times a day where I am bored because nothing's going on, right? But like, it's just the concept of like, well, what are you doing to not be bored? Because there's totally like this right here, what we're doing right now, I'm not bored. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
hanging out.
totally.
I'm making sure that everything that I'm doing is contributing to some sort of like higher learning or conversation that contributes to being able to have an intellectual conversation about different things, right? A lot of people, and this is like one thing for me, a lot of people, their favorite moment of meeting people is getting to know them. That's my least favorite part. I hate getting to know people because I can't tell you what the future is going to be, and knowing you, you know, 2 months down the road we can hate each other, and then me knowing that your favorite color is blue is absolutely fucking redundant to me. But it's that concept of like, once you do get to know someone, that's when that saying, if you're bored, you're boring, comes into effect, because a lot of people run out of things to talk about when they're
Yeah,
done
true.
getting to know someone. But if you're always doing something and you're always engaging some sort of like personal elevation,
Yeah.
you'll never be boring.
I think sometimes you're bored because you can't control the environment,
Yeah,
or you're like in a situation where you don't want to be in.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Oh.
That's our food.
That's food.
That's
right
our
there.
food right there.
Oh my god.
And we're just gonna let you hear us get this food because we are excited right now.
Oh my god.
Unprofessional.
God.
We don't give a fuck. It sounds unprofessional.
Applause sample.
No.
Okay, I know we should, but you know what? Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yo.
Shout out to Food
Houston.
Guys.
We landed.
I'm on my new wave. Getting that new stage, new rage. On some magic rage, mage. Been doing me for a long time, you know I get it. So now I'm here, chilling, doing this, just sitting. You know I'm just getting, you know I'm just winning. I'm big getting this money. You know I stacking honeys. You know I'm stacking funny. Goddamn, I'm so just funny. I beat on my shit like I'm just fucking doing time. Like I'm just getting mine. Like it's a fucking crime. Titties everywhere I shine. You know I'm getting mine. You know I'm in this line. You know I'm in this line. I'm getting to the front. Getting to the front. While I'm getting to my house. Getting to my house. Money never shine. Never stop. Yeah. My name is good for nothing. I've been here chasing something. Future is never coming. In these times I'm wondering, why am I so in love with people who know I'm nothing? I'm striving for some loving, waiting to be above this life. I'm so stuck on this moment, locked inside like this homeland. Keys on the floor, I be crawling. Niggas pull legs, I'm brawling. Shit be so hard to see through. I've been trying to fucking own this. I know I'm in the zone, but danger be scoping drones. I'm here, nigga. I'm here, facing fears, human tears, darkness near, heaven left. Never safe, life is that. Stealing hope, I'm trying to live. I have nothing else to give. Get what I'm all held captive. Danger in my world, I'm dead. I'm running, nigga. I'm running. I'm running, nigga. I'm running. Shit. I'm running, nigga. I'm running. Gunning through these forests.
Is that lunch?
Up these organs. Blazing inside these choices. Maybe I'm a problem.
What's going on? Do we rap?
What's
going on?
Inside is fear, I'm hopeless. Looking at these white walls. Maybe I'm just too tall. Ceiling is so too high. Maybe I'm just too fly. Maybe I'm soaring by. Trying to get this by. Trying to make it through. You know I'm doing you. Everyone doing it. They love this singing. They love this nothing free. They love this getting me. Everything's about me. Everything's about you. Everything I need to do. Maybe you should stop. I don't know.
Let's wrap up.
That's lunch. Shit. Happy New Year, people. Happy fucking New Year. We've been doing the same thing since 2016, 2017. It's gonna be the dopest. You know why we're here. We're here for you. SNS, good for nothing. T, SNS, good for nothing. SNS, T, and good for nothing. I hope I got all the variations down. I probably did. Whatever. Okay, bye. Never be bored. Keep doing shit. It's probably more fun than doing nothing.